Hey everybody, this is your daily dose of all things royal. Welcome back, my gorgeous good-looking friends. The saga continues with this stupid woman.
From said newspaper, the Daily Telegraph, Celia Walden. I mean, Celia, we only know about the conversation because she went and told Oprah Winfrey and then hasn't stopped talking about it for the past 3 years.
It's, as you say, I mean, it's just beyond belief. And I think, sadly, we're going to see a lot more of this in the build-up to the 6th of May.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, this I have to agree because we've already started today with this woman in our face. And guess what, guys? I have a feeling that this week is going to be drama-filled with the Harkles because let's not forget that Harry's court case is going on tomorrow. And already what we're seeing is this narrative of this unconscious bias still hammering the family for being racist, but now it's unconscious bias. So what I want to do in this video is hold Meghan's feet to the fire and remind everybody what this troublemaker was all about, especially when she decided to lie on the Oprah Winfrey interview. I'm going to take you back to the year 2021 to give you the reaction of one of my favorite commentators in the news and media, Ben Shapiro. Now, I'm glad I saved this video because at the time when I saw it, I thought that Ben Shapiro had summed up exactly what Meghan Markle was doing and called her out from the very beginning. He saw right through the lies, the BS, and what she was trying to do from a political standpoint. And it's also pretty hilarious because it's one, delivery by Ben Shapiro, and two, it's just completely spot on. Take a listen.
Prince Harry taught her to curtsy. She was just a little down-home girl from America, and she came in and she had to learn the ways of the royals, but only she was able to identify their deepest secret flaw. Then Meghan Markle starts talking about how difficult, she starts talking about how racist everyone was. And she relates a conversation in which apparently somebody asked how dark her son's skin would be. Now, this would be an excellent time for Oprah, being the interviewer, to ask, okay, can you name a name? I'm just going to say it. I don't believe that happened. I don't think that happened. Well, okay, first of all, Meghan Markle was a story from like the day that she joined the royal family because she started lecturing everybody inside the palace about race. I mean, she was in the tabloids every single day. Okay, so there's an actual deeper underlying thing that's going on here, and that has to do with racism and colonialism. There's been this move in Britain to do sort of what you've seen in the United States, which is the entire history of Britain is about colonialism and racism and brutality, in the same way that the entire history of America is about racism and colonialism and brutality, right? This is all tied in. And Prince Harry backs that to the hilt. So he starts talking about how he's done the work, right? Other members of the royal family, they didn't do the work. He says racism drove him out of Britain. It was the tabloids and their racism that drove him out of Britain. And then he says, quote, I've spent many years doing the work and doing my own learning, but then my upbringing and the system in which I was brought up and in which I've been exposed to, I wasn't aware of it to start with, but by God, it doesn't take very long to suddenly become aware of it. It takes living in her shoes for a day or those first 8 days to see where it was going to go and how far they were going to take it and get away with it. Yes. Now he's going to lecture the royal family on their race. Again, the only reason he's a relevant figure is because this is a relevant institution, but this is an attempt to tear down the institution. So let's be clear about what this is. Okay, at least by Prince Harry. And, you know, I think that Markle is just bringing American brand racial politics to Britain. And it's kind of an ugly sight. It is kind of, especially if you're not willing to name names, because let's be real about this. If somebody said that as an employee of the royal family and she named the name, they'd be fired. Right now, there's an investigation going on into Meghan Markle, right? Not into the royal family. It's going on into Meghan Markle and how she treated the employees and the staff over there. The reason this has some deeper significance, though, truly, is because what everybody recognizes that the British monarchy being essentially just a facade at this point, that it really doesn't have any institutional power. All it is just a face for the history of Britain. And when Harry and Meghan make the case that the British monarchy is rife with colonialism and racism, that they have not moved beyond any of that, that there is still this deep systemic racism that is inherent in the most beloved part of the British government, namely the figurehead. What they're really saying is that all of British history and really British society is infused with the same sort of systemic racism they accuse America of having as well. That's what this is all about.
Saying, oh, well, they asked about what color the baby would be. It's like, okay, is that racist, really? You could say it's insensitive and improper, but is it like the equivalent to being sprayed with a water hose or getting bit by a dog or something like that in a civil rights movement? Is it like that? I mean, because if you're going to be honest here, if you're going to be all the way transparent, if you got a black person and a white person and they have a baby, that might be a conversation of how they're going to look. Really, even if they're not black and white, you can be just two black people having a baby. Okay, are they gonna have my cheekbones and have your cheekbones? So what if you got a blonde and a redhead? You're gonna have like vanilla sherbet, a little bit of an ombre type thing going on. What you gonna have? That's a valid question. That does not mean that it's racist or somehow wrong. Their complaints were so petty and so corny and so whack.
All I wanted to do as a divorced American actress was become a princess in another country, and they expect me to learn the national anthem? What? Is that crazy? What do they think I have? Google? What do they think that I can like look it up? That's crazy. Well, actually, you know what? Shut up, Harry. Stop it.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Like, for real, she looks so ridiculous and thirsty right now. And there's no doubt that there's going to be more of this coming up. Now, yesterday I'd put up a video that many of you had enjoyed, this discovery of ENTY and his podcast. I forgot to add one extra clip in there about him talking about Meghan as a bully. He talks about her time on the set of Suits and how she used to treat people. Here, take a listen.
Well, I have to talk about it. I have to talk about Meghan Markle being a bully, especially when she was playing the victim. She loves it. And now suddenly she's a bully, and her defense is that, well, I was bullied too, so of course I wouldn't bully. But let's go back in time, shall we? Let's go back in time to when she was an actress on Suits. If you think about it, I've talked about it before, Patrick Adams was a huge tool in that show. Started off a nice guy, always taking pictures with the fans. Last couple seasons he was on, nope, not a chance. Not going to take pictures of the fans. I'm much too important for that. Meghan's the same kind of way. Meghan made things difficult if things on set didn't go her way, or if she didn't get enough attention. She was always having to be coaxed out of her dressing room, like during promotional shoots, because she didn't think she looked pretty enough, or her outfit wasn't right, or she felt she wasn't getting prominent enough placement in the pictures. She wanted to be front and center. And there were always tears every single time. And even a videographer said the same kind of thing. He said, people told me, get ready because she's a lot. They used to call her the princess. When I saw her right away, from the moment she arrived, I didn't even know who she was. She was acting like a diva. It was the attitude, how she talked to people, the rules. She came in wearing a baseball cap, hiding her face, and she had her head down and just walked back toward the makeup room. It was the big diva coming in. And she doesn't want people to see her like you would do if you're walking in the street and you don't want the paparazzi to take your picture. But everyone thought, well, she's acting like an A-lister when she's not even a D-lister. And he also went on to say that she was rude, very high maintenance. She would have an entourage with her on the set. They were like something out of Mean Girls. Not friendly. This videographer called her insecure and spoiled.
And then finally, I found this podcast that wasn't a part of ENTY's podcasts on Patreon, but under another podcast series called Betches, dated December 25th, 2018. So this goes way back.
Okay. The big topic is an actual royal family, the Markle-Harry situation.
Yes.
Can you just tell us a little bit about Meghan Markle?
Tell us,
and then
please.
about the tension with her and Kate?
Okay, so Meghan, you guys like her, then you're not going to like me.
No,
I
don't
don't like
like
her. She's a
Okay.
scam artist.
Yeah.
There's this whole thing where she's like some famous actress, okay? She was a supporting role on a middling cable show,
That's
on a middling cable
all I
network.
say. Yes.
Okay? And so there's that. Then it's the way that she basically cheated on the guy she was with, to be with Harry. And the way that she met Harry was through financial means, let's say. So Meghan, from the time that she was on Deal or No Deal, has always been somebody who, you know, if you wanted to go out with her in LA, she was up for it. You know, if you had a little money, that would be nice. Okay. And it's always been that way. And all these people that she met in Europe, were, you know, that's how she met them, was through that. She was a yachter. And that's how she met Harry. And I think what she wants is she married Harry because she is so thirsty. And she thought that this would be her ticket to the big celebrities, and it was. You know, Reese Witherspoon turned down an invitation to the royal wedding because she was like, I don't know either one of them. Why would I go? I don't even know why I was invited. And it's because she just, anybody who was A-list, she just invited because she wanted to meet them and, you know, be with them. There's no way that she was going to get to hang out with Oprah. There was no way that she was going to get to hang out with Michelle Obama. There was no way for any of these things. But so, you know, she married Harry. And my thesis is that she's trying to isolate him from the rest of the royal family because, you know, she wants to keep him under control. And to me, it's no different than from some guy who says, you need to stay home, but I'm going to go out. I'm going to decide who your friends are. I'm going to decide what family members you get to see, but I'm going to do what I want. And it's obvious that she doesn't care about the things that the rest of the royal family does. So, you know, most of the royal family, the stuff that you do, it's like going to open a laundromat in some town that's, you know, some guy opened, and it's similar to that. You know, it's often like a school building or something, you know, charitable, but that's what they do. And she wants no part of that. All she wants to do is the fun stuff, like go to the British Fashion Awards, which is crazy to me because she doesn't wear any British fashion at all. So why is she giving the fashion designer an award when, you know, she's not even going to wear that fashion designer? And she only picks the good stuff. When she was in Fiji and she got a taste of how boring stuff, because they had to go to boring, she just said, I can't do it. Security. I can't do it. And they're saying that right now, the reason she doesn't announce to go anywhere is because of security. It's because she doesn't want to go anywhere and she wants to just pick and choose.
So why does Harry, if she's trying to like isolate him from his sibling, you know, his brother and his family, why does he like stand for this? Like, does he not see through her whole thing?
I think that he is just blinded in love, and he is never going to make a mistake. He's never going to admit to a mistake ever.
So you don't think they'll get a divorce?
No, and you know, I posed a question the other day to myself mostly, and you guys, you tell me this answer, okay? Okay, so they're married. Let's say the Wonder Woman had not been made yet, okay? And they come to her and they say, we want to offer you Wonder Woman, the franchise, the same one that we've already seen. And we're going to give it to you. We're going to commit to 3 of them for you at $10 to $15 million a pop. Does she stay married to Harry?
Well, I listened to your podcast on this from yesterday.
Yeah.
And you said that you didn't think that she would. My question is like, how would she get out of this marriage and then be able to be in like a huge franchise movie, like a triple franchise? Like, how could she get away with that really? With like self-respect?
I said that she would try, like that she would say, I'm just going to go do this movie, but I'm still going to stay married or whatever. I'm just going to go, and why don't you just move to LA for a little while? And, you know, I think that she would try. And I think that they would end up getting divorced. But I think that she would, if somebody offered her that role, like now, and if it hadn't been there, I think that she would seriously think about taking it.
But would people hate her?
No, I think that first of all, I don't think they would ever offer her that because she's not a good actress. Like, first of all.
No, I know she's not a good actress, but I'm just saying, well, she's a good enough actress, you know, to have Harry fooled. But.
I guess, but then again, it's different. Like, because like acting is one thing, but she has sex with him, so he can like be blinded by that. But like her smile is so. When you said if you guys like her, you're not gonna like that. I really dislike her. I disliked her from the beginning. She's so fake, and I've never really. She's on USA Network. Like, she's not. I mean, then again, Mr. Robot's in USA, but like she's on Suits.
But she wasn't nice to fans before, so it's the same kind of thing. It's
like so fake. It's the smile is so fake. She just like when she holds Gary Janetti did that really funny Instagram the other day where he pretends to be Prince George and he's like, "Can you rest your fucking hand? Stop clutching your belly." Like, we get it.
Just me here.
We get it. This is your meal ticket, but like. just let go a little. Like, just stop.
Is she more pregnant than she says? People are acting like she is.
She's wearing like a
It seems
misstep,
like
I
it
assume.
to me. But you know, she had always, her exes had all said that she couldn't get pregnant. So my theory was that if she was going to get pregnant, it was going to be IVF, and that she was going to have twins.
Right.
So I mean, that's how you can usually tell if somebody is actually was conceived naturally or not in Hollywood, was if they have twins. It's so I don't know. It was IVF for sure, but I don't know about if she's more pregnant or not.
How did they immediately get, like, if it was IVF, it takes a while. Wouldn't they like get married and then the next day like have an appointment? You don't think that like she got pregnant immediately, or maybe she was lying to the other people?
Trying. I think they were trying because I mean she's older, so I think that they were. I think they were involved in that kind of thing before they got married. So
but wouldn't she have been bloated from the hormones?
She's so skinny, you can't
maybe,
tell.
You know, the dress wasn't. I can't remember. Was the dress like skin tight or
No,
anything?
no,
like that?
it wasn't. It wasn't.
But it also like she's very small.
She's very, very small. Those ankles.
And you know, she's been a pain. Like I had and I had heard that from a person who 100% knew that that's what she had wanted to wear, and the fact that she didn't end up wearing it because there was some huge battle. Right then, from when I saw that she didn't get to wear it, I said, "This could be trouble." And also, you have to realize that she actually has Prince Charles on her side because he wants to be king for a while, right? So he wants his mom to like step down so he can be king for a while before it goes to William. I mean, he's been expecting it his whole life. And then you have Prince Andrew on one side, who has been in a fight with Prince Philip about it because he wants his kids to have money and the allowance. So there's all this stuff that's going on in one generation higher that's kind of crossing over into the whole Meghan versus Kate, because William wants to be king after his grandmother. So it's you know, it's this war that's happening like one generation higher almost.
Question about Kate and Meghan.
William wants to
be king like next.
He doesn't. He wants to skip over Charles. Or his dad?
Well, so Charles is next in line.
Yeah.
So it would have to be Charles to say something like, "I'm not going to take the throne," or something like that. After my mother dies, I want William to do it.
Oh.
But the thing is Charles wants to do it.
Yeah. Why would he?
But William wants to do it. So you know, and that's part of the war.
Interesting.
I don't like Charles. I'm on Diana's side. The one thing that was like reported and refuted by the royal family was basically that Kate yelled at or had words with Meghan because Meghan yelled at her aides. Is that true that happened?
Yeah, they do not like each other. And here's the thing: when Kate becomes queen, Meghan has to curtsy to her.
Ooh. That's gonna be awesome.
I mean, yeah, I know. So think about that. And there's already been tension. I think it's like Beatrice and Eugenie, they didn't want to curtsy to William or something, and they had to at some point because they got further back in line or something like that. And so they gave him an exception, but they've already said they're not going to make an exception for Meghan. So she's going to have to curtsy every time she sees Kate, and that's just gonna make things worse.
She should. She's American. She needs to curtsy.
Yeah, bend the knee.
Bend the knee.
Kate. So is Kate as like innocent as she seems? Like I love Kate, but you know I want to know if maybe there's something I'm missing.
Kate is the person that I think Kate is exactly the person for this role. She is somebody that thought about it. She dealt and lived with William cheating on her all the time, although, you know, she enjoyed some company too. And I think that you can tell that she really gets into what she's doing, and she's still normal to the point where she's driving herself to the grocery store this week, things like that. And she is, you can just tell she's approachable. She'll play sports. She'll watch sports. You can tell that she probably drinks. You can tell that she's fun and laughs and, you know, swears and does things like that. And then with Meghan, you just see this sullen, fame-hungry person.
Yeah, I see why Kate would not like her.
Harry, you sure picked a winner here. Honestly, I can understand how You're probably doing all those mind-altering substances because if you had to listen to that every day, yeah, rightfully so, you'd go insane, if not already. Anyhow, that's all I got for you guys today. Very quick video. Let me know your thoughts. As always, I will be back with more content, but until then, please be safe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!
It was such a fraud.